Now let's get an expert view tonight on why Trump is doing this. I have given definition to some of the very obvious hypocrisies. We've applied some data to show that what Pete Navarro, Scott Bessent, and the US president himself do not align with facts of the world, but it doesn't seem like facts really matter amidst this very ill-tempered onslaught against India by the United States Trump administration. Professor Andrew Latham, international relations expert and professor of international relations at Macalester College in St. Paul, Minnesota, is with us live. Professor Latham, thank you very much for your time. How are you reading what Trump, what Scott Bessent, what Pete Navarro are saying about India? They've called India arrogant. They've called this Modi's war in Ukraine. Many such things. Why, in your view, Professor, is this happening?
Well, I think we have to address that on two different levels, one of which is personalities. And Trump and those in his immediate orbit are not diplomatic. They're not diplomats. They don't understand Indian history. They don't care about the backstory here. Trump in particular seems quite frustrated. He got the Japanese to roll over. He got the Europeans to roll over. He got the South Koreans to roll over. But when he bumped into Prime Minister Modi in India, he wasn't able to get what he wanted. And so that's the tantrum part of this. But you're quite right. This is not merely one person in an important office throwing a temper tantrum. This goes way deeper. We're in an era of multipolarity. This is not the post-Cold War era when America called the shots and everybody wanted to sign up to Team America, including to a large degree India, which on the defense and security side signed a number of agreements, became a major defense partner of the U.S., signed the 4 foundational documents for logistical. I mean, there's a lot of connections that were forged in that immediate post-Cold War era, but we don't live in that era anymore. We live in an era of multipolarity, and everybody from Washington to Delhi, to Beijing, to Riyadh, to Brussels, and everywhere in between is trying to figure out how to navigate this. India has an advantage because it has a tradition of non-alignment and multi-alignment. It has always been good, even at the height of its outreach to the United States, of playing multiple sides, of navigating the Russian relationship and the Chinese relationship and the American relationship.
Yes.
The United States is at a disadvantage because it's only had the Cold War, when you were either on Team America or Team Soviet Union, or the post-Cold War era when everybody was on Team USA. They have no, Trump and his people, but it goes deeper than that, have no real experience dealing with the kind of world we're in now. And so a lot of mistakes are being made. This administration has dealt with India in a way that has not severed the relationship, but pushed India farther away from the United States, not into closer relationship with Russia, a little bit with respect to oil, but not really. And certainly, even though they've tried to smooth those troubled waters with China, really not a better relationship fundamentally with China. So I guess what I'm saying here is, yes, President Trump, problematic in all kinds of ways, but there are tectonic shifts that have taken place in world politics that really account for all of the turmoil and turbulence that we're seeing now.
Thank you very much for that reading, Professor Latham. We do understand that the two sides, amidst all of this friction and this darkening mood, are still talking. They are, after all, two countries, which have very deep connections. We'll have to see whether that means light at the end of the tunnel or things are actually going to get worse, because we can clearly say this is one of the lowest lows as far as India-US relations is concerned.